Welcome to Africa Echo. This is our first video on this channel, and as the name suggests, it's all about Africa. Subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification as we would be bringing you fascinating news and stories from the continent of Africa daily. Now, did you know Morocco is the most famous African destination for filming Hollywood shows and films? Game of Thrones, Mission Impossible, Black Hawk Down, Gladiator, Jesus of Nazareth, American Sniper, Prince of Persia, The Mummy Returns were all filmed there. The much anticipated Indiana Jones 5, slated to be released on June 2023, has also joined the list of major international productions filmed in Morocco, following its completion in February 2022. Gladiator II will start being filmed in Morocco in May 2023, with filming set to take place across several locations in the city of Ouarzazate, in Morocco. Morocco has Africa's largest film studio, Atlas Studios in Ouarzazate. It's not very clear where the film studios end and where the desert begins, but it's estimated that the studios covers 20,000 hectares. Ouarzazate was first used as a movie location when Lawrence of Arabia was shot in 1962. The Atlas Film Studios was founded in 1983, when Moroccan entrepreneur, Mohamed Belkmi recognized the need for a movie studio in the area. Enormous sets have been built to represent places like Jerusalem, Tibet, or ancient Egypt. Because of this, Ouarzazate today is also called the Hollywood of Africa. Ghana is said to have Africa's biggest gold mine. Goldfields Ghana Limited and Anglo Gold Ashanti are merging their neighboring gold mines in Tarkwa and Ijuapreme. Both mines are located near the town of Tarkwa in Ghana's western region. The proposed Ghana joint venture is projected to create Africa's largest gold mine. The Tarkwa mine is held by Goldfields Ghana, in which Goldfields currently owns a 90% share, with Government of Ghana holding 10%, while the Ijuapreme mine is currently 100% owned by Anglo Gold Ashanti. There is also an estimated average annual production of almost 900,000 ounces over the first 5 years, an average annual production in excess of 600,000 ounces over the estimated life of operation. According to EnergyCapitalPower.com, in 2022, Ghana was the leading African gold-producing country and sixth in the world, with the country's gold production amounting to a total of 117.6 tons in 2021. Comprising roughly 90% of the West African country's total mineral exports and 49% of its total export value. Well, it is not very surprising because it was formerly called the Gold Coast. Now, this man you see on your screen is Dr. Trebi Ollennu, a robotic engineer at US Space Agency, NASA. He has worked for NASA, National Aeronautics and Space Administration in the United States since 1999. He led the team that designed the Mars rover robot that landed on Mars, and he's worth celebrating as an African. Trebi Ollennu was born in Accra, Ghana, to Ga parents. Ollennu's father, Trebi Ollennu, was an economist at the Ministry of Finance in Accra. As a child, Ashite lived close to an airport and would always see airplanes fly by. This fascinated him and fostered his interest in space exploration, aircraft and aerial robots, particularly autopilots. After his elementary and secondary education, he traveled to the United Kingdom where he received his bachelor's degree in engineering in avionics at the Queen Mary University of London in 1991. Between 1993 and 1996, he pursued his PhD in Control Systems Engineering at the School of Engineering and Applied Science, Royal Military College of Science, Cranfield University in the UK. He joined the NASA Jet Propulsion Laboratory in 1999 and rose through the ranks to become the leader of the team that designed the Mars rover robot that landed on the red planet Mars. Over the years, his responsibilities have involved flight projects, flight projects review boards, mission formulation, technology tasks, technical writing and proposals. You know what? Trebi Ollennu's uncle was Nehemiah Ollennu, who was the acting president of Ghana during the Second Republic from the 7th of August 1970 to the 31st of August 1970, and the Speaker of the Parliament of Ghana from 1969 to 1972. Scientists say Africa is splitting into two parts, thereby forming a new ocean. This means landlocked countries such as Uganda and Zambia will likely have their own coastlines millions of years in the future, expanding possibilities for trade and production. The split formed in the desert of Ethiopia, creating the possibility that countries such as Kenya, Zambia and Uganda could develop a coastline if a new ocean forms in the crevice. The 35-mile-long split, known as the East African Rift, was formed in 2005, but any development into a new ocean will take around 5 to 10 million years, researchers said. The cause of the split remains unknown, but some believe the formation of the rift was driven by tectonic processes similar to those occurring at the bottom of the ocean. USA says it may impose sanctions on Uganda if the country passed the law that makes being a gay person punishable with up to 10 years in prison. The United Nations and United States on Wednesday added to international outrage over a bill passed by Ugandan lawmakers that criminalizes simply identifying as LGBTQ+. The bill prescribes a life sentence for convicted homosexuals and a death penalty for aggravated homosexuality. The new legislation constitutes a further crackdown on LGBTQ+ people in the country, where same-sex relations were already illegal, punishable by life imprisonment. It targets an array of activities, and includes a ban on promoting and abetting homosexuality as well as conspiracy to engage in homosexuality. According to the bill, the death penalty can be invoked for cases involving aggravated homosexuality, a broad term used in the legislation to describe sex acts committed without consent or under duress, against children, people with mental or physical disabilities, by a serial offender, or involving incest. The United States on Wednesday, March 22, warned of sanctions if Uganda's anti-lesbians, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer legislation is signed into law. We would have a look at whether or not there might be repercussions that we would have to take, perhaps in an economic way, should this law actually get passed, John Kirby, spokesperson for the National Security Council, said in a media briefing at the White House. The bill must now go to Uganda President Yoweri Museveni for assent. Do you know it snows in Africa? Now take a look at the African countries where snow fall. Lesotho, DR Congo, Morocco, South Africa, Algeria, Egypt, Kenya, Tanzania, Namibia, Tunisia, Ethiopia, and Uganda. In Ethiopia, it only snows on Ras Dashen Mountain. In Uganda and Dr. Congo, it snows on Wenzori Mountain. It last snowed in Namibia in 2006. Thank you for watching. If you loved the video, consider doing us a favor by subscribing to our channel. We will meet again in the next one. Goodbye.